Preface to a New Dictionary of the Terms Ancient and Modern of the Canting Crew, by B. Gent.
Before I present the reader with the following dictionary of the beggars and gypsies cant, I think it not amiss to premise a few words concerning the beggars and gypsies themselves, by way of an historical account of the antiquity of the one and the universality of the other. It makes not a little for the honor of the beggars that their original, according to some accounts, is no less ancient than that of Christianity itself, for in the opinion of Charon, as the slaves went off, the beggars came in their place. So much at least is granted, that the gems who allowed no slaves had no beggars. What shall we say, but that if it be true, that the emancipating or freeing of slaves was indeed the making of beggars, it follows that Christianity, which is daily employed in redeeming slaves from the Turks, ransomed no less than all at once from pagan slavery at first, at no dearer rate than the rent charge of maintaining the beggars, as the price and purchase of our freedoms. As for the antiquity of the English beggars, it may be observed that the first statute which makes provision for the parish poor is no older than Queen Elizabeth, from which it may be fairly collected that they entered with us upon the dissolution of the abbeys, as with them abroad, upon the delivery of the slaves. For the gypsies, they and the foul disease have alike the fate to run through a geography of names, and to be made free of as many countries, as almost there are languages to call them names in. For as the French call the pox, the Italian disease, they again give it to the Spaniards, as these to the French. So the French call the gypsies Bohmi, or Bohemians, belike, because they made their first appearance in Bohemia of any part of Europe. The Italians name them Zingari or Saracens, the Spaniards Llanos as we Egyptians. Whether it be that the Italians give them the Turks, as the Spaniards give them the Moors, as being both the next neighbours to each, I take not upon me to determine, only it may be observed, betwixt the compliment of either kind, the odds is no greater than this, of giving a nation a clap, or of laying a brood of bastards at its door. Though Holland has no beggars, if the Dutch themselves are not the greatest beggars in the world, and Switzerland has no thieves, if the Swiss who are altogether soldiers, are not the greatest of thieves. Yet, I say, neither the states that are without beggars nor the cantons that are without thieves, are notwithstanding either the one or the other, without gypsies. So as what they want of beggars and thieves in point of antiquity, the gypsies claim above both, in point of universality. But though gypsies are found in all Christian countries, yet are they not in all countries alike, their nature and genius being diverse, in proportion to the countries amongst whom they stroll. So the same question remains upon them, as is started of the winds, as universal travellers as the gypsies, that it seems a doubt, whether they partake more of the nature of the countries whence they rife or of those through which they pass. Nor is it also new to meet the beggars and the proverbs together, for the fashion is as old as Plautus, who puts the proverbs and the jests in the mouth of his slaves. And in the character of Sancho Panza, Cervantes has trod in the same steps. In the history of Don Quixote, Sancho being distinguished no less by his proverbs than his ass, and between the slaves and the beggars, the difference is not greater than between fathers and their heirs. If some terms and phrases of better quality and fashion keep so ill company as tagrag and longtail, you are to remember that it is no less than customary for great persons abroad to hide themselves often in disguises among the gypsies. And even the late Earl of Rochester among us, when time was, among other trollics, was not ashamed to keep the gypsy company.